Hi, I'm Christina Bergston with the Animal Law Firm where we're fighting for the underdog. So today is part of my annual presentation or soapbox of please, please, please do not take your dog out for a walk in the middle of the freaking day. It is hot out. So the hottest temperatures in a single day, whether it's winter, summer, or any of the in-between seasons, and the ones that have suddenly popped up in the world that we're living in, the new ones outside the traditional ones, between 3 and 4 p.m., 3 and 5 p.m. really is the hottest part of the day, typically with 3 and 4 p.m. being the hottest part of the day because that's when the sun has been in the sky for the longest at its peak and is, starting to wind down and disappear from the horizon, right? So you won't start to see things typically cool off until at least 7 o'clock. So that said, hottest part of the day, 3 to 5 p.m. in whatever time zone you're in. Obviously it gets hot, it's starting to get really, really hot at noon. It's hot all the time, right? It doesn't matter where you live. Basically, it's hot, right? So, that means your dogs are gonna need extra water, your cats too. Put water out for your animals. Make sure that it's in a shaded place. You can't really leave animals outside in like a garage unless that garage or structure has doors and windows that are open. Obviously the ideal situation is your animals that live with you would live in your house with you in your air conditioning. But if you don't have air conditioning or that's not your situation for some reason, make sure that your animals are not being kept in any sort of enclosure because it's basically going to act as an oven and then your animals will cook to death. So let's not do that, right? And so make sure that the place that they're being kept has ventilation. For those of you who have backyards and fenced in yards or whatever, I'm not a huge fan of leads, like those stakes in the ground with a leash attached to it, just for like liability reasons. But if that's all you have, that's fine. But also make sure that your dog is being leashed or contained in an area that has shade. I see a lot of dog enclosures where people will let them out and it's like this part of the yard that never gets any shade. And that's, very uncomfortable for the animal, right? So shade is important. Water is obviously very important. Make sure that you're cleaning out the water bowl on a regular basis. Now that it gets warm, bacteria can tend to quickly multiply and turn into mold and just, other nasty things that will impact your pet's dental health as well as, intestinal health and things like that. So it's hot out there. We all know, we all hate it. So let's make sure that our animals who are wearing fur coats year round are being hydrated, shaded, cooled, and fanned to the best of each of our abilities. This is also please do not leave your animals in cars. Like just leave them at home. If they have anxiety, separation anxiety, I would strongly recommend talking to an animal behaviorist, a veterinarian, some person with expertise who can help you address these concerns. Because trust me, the second you leave your dog in a car, that somebody is going, even with the windows down, somebody is going to call on you. And what they do in certain areas, like I've seen it in Colorado, they will come by with a temperature reading device and they will put it inside the car, even with the window down, and they will get a temperature reading and they'll take a picture of it and then they'll use that as evidence against you in court. So even with the windows down, because it is so hot outside, do not take your animal with you in the car. It just isn't worth it, trust me. It's just not worth it. So that's my soapbox speech for today. Please make sure everyone is staying cool and stay hydrated. I will see you next time.